service about him. Right, fella? It's about Pop. Yes. Pastor Rosario? Where did we go? Oh, there you are. Pastor Rosario would like to lead the service.
I remember seeing him and Eddie Smolders running around when they was little boys. It was in the 3rd grade where we forged a friendship that would last a lifetime. What I remember the most about Bruce was his sense of humor and his always wanting to have fun. Those are qualities that would stay with him for life. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. Bruce and I did so many things together, and we shared a lot of the same interests. We were pals. You couldn't ask for 2 more different personality types, one being carefree and fun-loving and the other rigid and guarded. But it worked and lasted a life. It was headquarters during the summer. The wiffle ball games were legendary. It was always a blast. You can't do something. He was goal-driven and wouldn't stop until his goals were achieved. I had a conversation with Bruce this fall. He was at my house, and we were discussing his prognosis. He said to me, "Billy, people have been telling me I can't do things my whole life. I can't win gold gloves, I can't sing, I can't play guitar, and I can't jump out of airplanes." Well, he did all those things and more. He believed in his heart that he was going to beat this thing, and so did I. I really did. And you know what? Like the pastor said, it didn't beat him. Bruce never gave up. How I really wanted to meet someone special. And if you know me, that's not easy for me to do. He said, "Dude, don't worry, you will." A few months later, I met my wife, Amy. One night, he picks me up to go out. We're going to go meet Amy and some of her friends. As we were driving, I'm telling him how much I like Amy. And I tell him I think she's the one. He looks at me and said, "Dude, I told you were going to meet someone." He was the first person I told about my feelings for Amy. Bruce was selfless. He wanted everyone around him to be as happy as he was and to have as much fun as he was having. Boots on. Take one boot off, pour your beverage in it, and shoot the boot. Bruce would love it. Thank you and God bless. How willing he was to help other people. And how could one person emulate an elephant so well? I don't know how he emulated an elephant and an ostrich so well, of all things. But I was opening up an office, emulate that in some way to honor him. And that will forever be with us. And we can keep that in our hearts with the memories that we have. So that's my message. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to know the family. And I was honored to be his friend. Thank you.
Through college, Bruce actually there's several of us here. I guess it is another testimony to what kind of a guy Bruce was. The school that we went to was only a 2-year school, but the relationships and the friendships, they're lifelong. Bruce was a fantastic guy, as you all know. Very enthusiastic, a lot of fun, incredibly funny. Always the funniest guy in the room. And believe me, there's a lot of one-upmanship trying to go on, but Bruce is a pretty funny guy. As far as the music end of things goes, Bruce's roommate, Dean Van Alstyne, is here as well, and He played guitar, I think, since he was a little kid, as did I. And there's another guy who couldn't be here, Jeff Reed. We all played in the dorm all the time. That's about all we did when we weren't in class. Sometimes when we were supposed to be in class, we were still playing guitar. And Bruce loved it, and he wanted us to show him chords. And then the next semester, he brought up his own guitar and started jamming with us. So I guess it's kind of nice to know that we had that influence on him and gave him the bug to start playing. And he kind of took that to some pretty high places. It's pretty neat. That's the kind of guy he was. He was definitely not a quitter, and definitely got everything out of whatever interested him. That's for sure.
I'm going to community college, transferred back up, and I transferred back up in the summer session, and ended up, in the next class back. And I thank God sometimes that happened, because I met Bruce, and this guy was just so entertaining and so thoughtful, and we hit it off. So I spent the next 2 years with Bruce, and we all kind of were like a team, studying together. And like Lloyd said, I taught Bruce how to play his first song, which was "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. And I do wish he was here, but he's in a better place. I was very fortunate to know the guy, and he's nuts. And if you know him, you know what I just did.
How's everybody doing? My name is Darryl Irvin. I'm a former Air Force pilot, and Bruce and I and several others here today were business partners in ACN. And I went to church this morning and I was praying for the family, and I want you to know that the passion, that's what he was always about. I just said that to say that I know a little bit about integrity and character, and that's what we base everything on in the Air Force. And Bruce had all that as well as character. And I'll never forget, the first time I met Bruce, he came to an event, a professional event that we had. He was taking a look at an opportunity. He had a tank top on, shorts, and flip-flops. And I'm looking at him and I'm saying, oh my goodness. But there was something about Bruce, and you know what I'm talking about. That passion, that spirit, that fire that he had. And we got to know one another, and we just embraced one another. And I got to tell you just a few quick stories that I'll never forget. Shortly after that, he brought someone, Daniele, to the meeting. And I could tell right away he was in love. You know what I'm saying? He was more focused on her than the meeting. And then, of course, they got married. We had a beautiful wedding, beautiful reception. And then we, shortly after that, went over to Mom's house. We partied. We had a good time. And that's the first time he brought out that guitar. And I heard him play that guitar. And I said, okay. And then outside of that, I'll never forget we used to go out for sushi. We would go out for sushi all the time. And we were sitting down, and this first time, he never had wasabi. So we had this green ball of wasabi, right? And put it down. He said, what's that? I said, that's wasabi, Bruce. He said, oh, okay, let me try that. I turned my head, and when I turned my head back, he had this big ball of wasabi, and he turned red. I said, oh my God, get the water. Get the water. And the whole time we were there, and Mr. Bilal Salim and I, the whole time we were there, we're giving him water, and he just turned red. And it was so funny. That's right, sweetie. And I tell you, there's so many times so many memories, we don't have enough time to go over, and I'm sure you guys can appreciate what I'm talking about. But one thing I can say, if, you guys put it so politely, the legacy and what he leaves behind, as my business partner, Mr. Salim, said. And that we came together and we started an office, and we went to Boston, and him and I and some of the team, and we did an event, and Boston has not been the same. And because of what we did, when that office, there are 5 offices that spun out of our office, and he was one of the trainers, and he was instrumental in establishing those offices. And right now, today, they're flourishing, and there's 6 offices of what he's done. And that's part of his legacy. And he's blessed tens of thousands of people. And I want you to know that he was passionate about you, Daniele, little Bella there. He was so passionate. Mother, your daddy loved you. He adored you. That's all he talked about, and all the pictures and everything. And he loved his mother and his father. He loved his family. He was very passionate. And again, it was about, he was always full of integrity and character. And I know you know people that have a lot of character, but they have no integrity. And I know you have people that have integrity, but no character. But he had not only to have integrity and character, but he was passionate, and he was passionate about whatever he did in life. And I just want to leave you with this, and you know, if you're a believer, that to be absent of the body is to be present with the Lord. So I just want to tell you, it's not goodbye, it's just so long until we meet again. God bless you all, and as we say, we'll see you at the top.
Hey, Bruce. Here we are. I can feel you here. And I met Bruce back in high school. He played guitar. He knew Rich, played guitar, and he knew Donald, who played guitar. And together we formed a band. I'd never been in a band before. I played in my basement by myself, my drums. And Bruce brought us together and said, yeah, I know a couple of guys. Come on, we'll do this. We got together, and I remember the first song we played was Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. And from there, you know, things moved on slowly and slowly. And Bruce became our lead guitar player. Bruce would buy these books. He worked so hard to learn the solos in these songs that were not very easy. And I remember, you know, playing drums, I'd be behind him. He always had a Hawaiian shirt on, no matter where we went. It was just Bruce in his Hawaiian shirt. And I got to see him behind him for many years. And he was just so, he wanted so much to be the best. And when he learned those songs, I remember he learned the solo to a Pink Floyd song, Comfortably Numb. There's a lot of electronics and things going on in that song that create reverb and stuff. And Bruce had his board. He got all the sounds down there and he mixed everything. And he would always be bending down, tuning, and he got it right. And that was such a highlight when Bruce played that solo. That just made that song. It was beautiful. And, you know, Bev, you remember, you were there, you saw, she was at every show we ever played. And plus many more, right, Fox's Lair and Hackensack. And it was just beautiful. And Bruce was just a beautiful man. And he brought a lot of laughter into my life, which is something we all need. And I remember many years after the band, you know, bands break up again. Bruce would come over. I was going through a difficult time in my life where I'd graduated college and couldn't get a job. So I played a lot of guitar. And Bruce would come over and he brought music with him. And he would show me these chords. And I learned, I still have the book at home, how many songs that he taught me. And, you know, you would say, well, Bruce can't sing. Bruce could sing because Bruce worked at it and Bruce could sing. And we were doing harmonies and it was beautiful. And just what a wonderful man. And I'm so glad I had the opportunity to see him just before he passed. And a very Bruce moment happened that day where I was there and I held his hand. I told him I loved him. And he was moving his eyes. He had a hard time speaking there at the end. And he was trying to look at the TV screen. And up there was some sort of a cartoon, like a SpongeBob cartoon or something. And he was laughing at the cartoon. And Tom Ludwig, you were in the room with me. And we didn't know what he was laughing at. And we're looking down and going, what are you laughing? He's eyeing and he's looking at the cartoon. And it was such a moment because that's what Bruce was. He was in the moment. And he no matter what was going on around him, he brought a good feeling to everyone who was around him. And I will miss him very much. He's one of the best people I ever knew. And I'm so glad everyone is here today. And I love you. That's it.
It is so hard because first, Danielle is like a sister for me, and Bruce was like brother. And speaking is not like so easy. And it's me, Rafael, and Lucas, my other son, who is in Brazil, and we want to share what he said because he said something very beautiful. That's what Lucas say, and if I can't say, Rafael will help me. I had the honor to meet Danielle at church, and we became friends like forever. And Bruce was my friend because Danielle was my friend. And if I need something, Bruce will be there because Danielle will be there for me. I'm a single mother with two little boys at the time, and we spend a lot of time together at Christmas, New Year's, dinner together, seafood, elephant dance. He enjoyed my Brazilian food when I cook my house or whatever. So this is what my son wrote. I was trying to put in a plural, but it'd be very hard for me. So I just say what he say, the older one who is in Brazil, who is a musician too, as this one. Like people like Bruce inspire little kids to do it. So that's what Lucas said. Bruce, dear Bruce, you have been a great friend in my family for many years. When I found out this morning, I just couldn't believe my family and I lost a great friend. And New Year's, Christmas, and all the moments my family and I spent together with you and your family and friends will never be the same. For all the smiles you put on people's face and all the jokes that made everyone laugh, we will all be missed. I will never forget the elephant noise. No, right? I will never forget the elephant noise you always made and how you will eat a peanut right after doing it. It was the classical Bruce joke. You would always do it to see the people around you smile and laugh like you always did. I thank you for that. Thank you for being an example for me in music and for turning my guitar before I prayed. To tune my guitar before I prayed at church, and I was 12 years old. It's been an honor being able to play guitar with a rock star like you at your house. We are all your fans and we will never be forgotten. I am sorry that I am on the other side of the world and that I wasn't there to help and support you and your family with your fight against cancer. But you are in a better place now. I am pretty sure you up in heaven, rocking and rolling and praising the Lord with the angels. Bruce, thank you for everything. You will be truly missed in everyone's heart, and will never be forget my friend. I will see you in heaven. R.I.P. So that's what I say. The word I shared with Bruce when I went to his house with Raphael That's nothing else can separate us from God, even death. So that's a goodbye, and we're gonna see him in another time. Thank you.
Oh, he was here, but we know he's here.
Today, as I'm sifting through these photographs of you, never thought I'd feel this way. All these memories keep calling me to you. How I'd wish they'd go away. All these visions just remind me of better days, and I miss you most of all. When I see flowers in the rain, I see you laughing as we run across the fields, through the thunder and the rain, finding shelter in each other's arms. That day, all the things I didn't say, all these words keep going round and round in my brain, and I miss you most of all. When I see flowers in the rain, wish I could do something about it. Life can be cruel, no doubt about it. In life's many mysteries, it just wasn't meant to be. Oh no, I miss you most of all. When I see flowers in the rain, as I'm sifting through these photographs of you, life will never be the same. All these memories keep calling me to you, and it seems so long ago. And in my heart I'll always know that I'll miss you most of all. When I see flowers in the rain, wish I could do something about it. Life can be cruel, no doubt about it. In life's many mysteries, it just wasn't meant to be. Oh no, I miss you most of all. When I see flowers in the rain.